Hey y'all, it's September the 20th, 2016, and I want to thank you very much for tuning into the broadcast. Welcome to the broadcast. As you very well know, this broadcast is going to be pertaining to the tribulation described in the Bible. It's going on currently. Speaking of that, shoot, I feel like this week was pretty much jam-packed with little tidbits pertaining to the tribulation. And so much so, I feel like I could do probably like 5 hours. Somewhere around 5 hours of broadcast if I wanted to. I don't want to. I don't have the patience. And of course, ain't nobody got time for that, right? You need to get down to the real nitty-gritty. I understand. You got things to do. Alright? But yeah, there's a lot going on, alright? A lot of news. And we're gonna try and discuss some of the most important things. I want to start off like this. I want to start off just like this. Alright, I want to talk about myself, I guess, real quick. It doesn't take much studying to look at my YouTube channel and think, man, you don't really get all that many views. I mean, you have some people, they like to watch it and stuff, maybe a couple handfuls of people. And this is to include 1 or 2 trolls. And also pedophiles, but we're not going to get into that. We hate them here. Anyways, I understand that from an outsider perspective, you might look at my YouTube channel and hear my views and my opinions. And yes, I'm very opinionated. Alright, open-minded though. I will hear you out. And sometimes you will change my mind, alright? I'm a human being. Not perfect. But very opinionated. Christian, you might call me. I don't know if you can call me Christian, but I follow Christ, period, all day long. Alright? Not ashamed of that. I understand during the tribulation, people are going to look from the outside and see very opinionated, unwavering when it comes to following Christ. And might think, well, that boy's crazy, a little bit crazy, right? And nobody want to hear what he's talking about except for a few people here and there. And mind you, it's people here and there all across the nation, maybe across the world. Alright? So, there is that. Kind of proud of that. But like I said, a lot of people might, from the outside, look at it and say, man, you're crazy. You're crazy for doing what you do. In fact, it's definitely been implied about me and my channel. It's been implied in court, in a court of law, that, whatever's going on here might be a little bit nuts. I would like to just take the opportunity out to say, I don't think it's nuts. First of all, I don't really care if I get a lot of people to view my stuff. It's not really about that. I'm not in it to make no kind of money anyways. So, it's really about just something that I had to do, people that I had to reach. And I'm reaching them right now. Tickling their ears. Like I said, the stubborn, opinionated mind that I have might lead you, maybe not you, but others, to believe, man, this dude done lost it. He lost his mind. It's crazy. He's crazy nutballs. Crazy. I guess in my defense, really all I have to say is, nah, I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy, alright? And the reason I'm not crazy, and here's the thing, we're going through the tribulation, like I say, a lot of people are going to go crazy. A lot of people are going to lose it. There's a lot of disillusionment, and there's a lot of people straight up losing it as far as their brains, because they can't compete. The tribulation is going to be harder and harder to make sense out of it. Right? And I gotta say, what's going to keep me going, what's going to keep a lot of people going, the most important people is Jesus Christ and following his mandates and things like that. And in fact, that's the only thing that's going to keep you from losing your whole mind. I mean, atheists out there, God bless you. What you call peaceful Muslims out there, God bless you. But Jews, all sort of people, Eskimos, y'all are all going to lose your minds slowly and surely. Maybe not you completely, but in 1 or 2 generations, you're going to lose your brains. You're not going to know up from down or your ass from a hole in the ground. You're not going to know. You're going to only know what people tell you. The reason is because there's nothing to hold on to. You got to get something very firm to hold on to during this tsunami that's called the tribulation. It's already been taking place for a long time. It's only getting stronger. It's bad. It's going to get worse. You have to cling on to. That's why I bring it up. I know a lot of people out there, there'll be people probably watching right now, listening right now, that they're not Christian necessarily, but they're interested in, current events and things, and for whatever reason they like my style. Alright? And they wonder why I keep on bringing it up. I have to bring it up, because that's the most important thing that I can offer to you. Right? It really will get you through. I'm telling you this because, man, I already used it. I've been using it. I still use it. Right? Jesus is the only thing going to hold you firm and steady. You lose sight of that, or you lose grip of that, you're gone. Eventually, you're going to be down river. Alright? And at the same time, I would like to acknowledge that there's people out there that's called so-called Christians. And here's the thing. By my percentages, by my perspective, what I've seen out there is actual, true, real-life Christians. I mean, we sin too. Sinners too, but actual people who follow Christ, his apostles and disciples. I would say it's about maybe 3, 4%, 4 or 5% maybe, who are real. The 95, 96, 97% out there running around, they ain't real, alright? Most of them using Jesus like a dang lucky charm or something, like he's gonna give you prosperity when he ain't never promised you prosperity here on earth, really, at all. And we're gonna go into that later. So there's a lot of people who use Jesus as a lucky charm. There's a lot of people who go to the extremes when it comes to the Bible, they'll take it extremely literal in certain parts and completely disregard other parts. Like, for example, there was a man, and I don't know if I'll see if I can find a link for you, but I might not. I was hearing about recently, he killed like his whole family and stuff, brutally in a house and stuff, and after that, and please believe he was doped up out of his mind. He had to be, because what he did after he murdered his whole family and stuff, is he cut off his right arm, and he pulled out his right eye, or it might have been his left arm and his left eye, but he really did that. And when the police came to the door talking about, hey, did you murder everybody, he was like, yeah, but God forgave me. And so you can see how he might be like going off that verse about plucking out your eye if it causes you to sin, or cutting off your arm if it causes you to sin. And that's what he did. He did it quite literally. Alright, you understand that this person took a part of the Bible extremely literally, which you should do, but also he disregarded the rest of the Bible, which you should also take that. You should take the whole thing completely literally. If you're gonna believe in Jesus at all, you're going to take the entire thing quite literally, and you're going to realize that you're not going to go crazy, start murdering everybody. You're not going to cut off your arm and your eye. You're just going to try to stop sinning so much. That's what's the whole point of the book. Alright, so like I said, I mean, it'd be hard to prove it, but I'm not going crazy, not anytime soon. Right? And it's because of Jesus. Everybody else, God bless you. I don't wish nothing against you. From what I've seen, you're going to lose your mind. You're really not going to have nothing to stand on. And you're going to remember the words I'm saying right now. You're going to be like, later on down the line, you're going to be like, damn, I really did lose my mind. He was not BSing me. I know, but see, that's why we're here today. Speaking of all that was basically a long intro to my first story that I had to share with y'all. A guy from Tommy Sotomayor. And I'm going to try and leave all the necessary links below. But this is a story of a lady. Alright? In lots of ways she's like me, so that's why it hit close to home. I mean, as pertaining to YouTube, like really we're nothing alike, me and this lady. But when it comes to YouTube, you can see that she had, maybe a handful or so of actual people who followed her YouTube. Right? But in the end, she put up extremely low numbers. She started off decently high, and then when it came to the end of her YouTube career, she ended with exceptionally low numbers. Right, kind of like mine. See, the difference is that this lady was desperately trying to become famous, rich and famous. Right, this guy over here, I really couldn't care anything about that. But this lady was desperate. Alright, without further ado, this lady's name was Sky Mims. Alright, SKYYMIMS, I believe. And I believe that was her real name, because this lady, like I said, she had a YouTube, and I'm sure she had different other social networking tools. This lady, her, artist name, she's an artist, was Yo Sky. She's 6'2", pretty tall. What you would call a black lady or whatever, Her name is Sky Mims, and her artist name was Yo Sky, and she's like a singer. She's a self-purported singer, rapper / dancer. Alright, and I'm trying to leave all the appropriate links below. Sky Mims, person you ain't never heard of. Alright, I'm bringing you some of that real nitty-gritty. Sky Mims, she murdered a convenience store clerk, and I want to say this back in 2014 sometime. Murdered him. As you can assume, it was a robbery. she participated in a robbery, and it seems as though she was a one-man gang in this robbery. She went in solo, dolo, living her life YOLO. Alright, she went in this convenience store and she tried to rob it. Right, you could assume that she was having problems keeping money. Alright, kind of find out, you know, she was from Detroit, Michigan. I guess where people don't have a lot of money. I want to say she moved to probably Atlanta, Georgia, but I could be wrong about that. So she moved there to be an aspiring rapper, singer, dancer, whatever. And, you know, obviously that did not happen. It did not happen the way she wanted to. She wound up robbing a convenience store. And there's all sort of things that are completely wrong about what it is she did and how she tried to do it by robbing this convenience store. And we're gonna name some off the top. First of all, you know, she wound up robbing the convenience store specifically just for lottery tickets, right? Trying to win big. I guess she was trying to get more money than the store had to offer, so she was trying to win big off lottery tickets. She robbed the store for just lottery tickets. Got up out of there. But not only did she kill the store clerk, but she killed him by stabbing him. And that's, to be honest, you know, that's one of those things that people have a hard time wrapping their head around. The fact that a woman, and I know that sounds sexist, that a woman could heinously stab a man to death in the back of the store in order to steal lottery tickets. And I want to cover this real quick. I mean, I feel like this is important. For all y'all CSI people out there, I would have to imagine, let's imagine, you know, you didn't kill this guy, or maybe you did or didn't kill a store clerk, and you made off with these lottery tickets. I would have to imagine by the way that they order the lottery tickets and they number them all and they send them to specific places, that they'd be able to realize that whoever cashes in those lottery tickets done robbed the store. Alright, so probably the worst idea, if I had to guess, when you're robbing a store, is to take something like lottery tickets, because it wouldn't be all that hard to realize that you robbed the store. Either that or you got the tickets from whoever robbed the store, and you'd be in a lot of trouble. Alright, so try and steal cash while you still can. That would be my best bet. Alright, but anyways, she got ruthless. She stabbed this store clerk to death. Now, this is a Middle Eastern man, alright? And the kind of Middle Eastern man that we all know and love, like an Apu Nahisa alright? From The Simpsons. He's the kind of Middle Eastern man that everybody loves out here, man. You know, family man. Alright, I mean, I don't know much about him, obviously, but he seemed like a family man. He seemed like he wanted to come to America to, you know what I'm saying, live a wholesome life, right? And much respect for that, but he got his life ended real quick. This big old 6'2", I mean, just giant lady came in and stabbed him to death, trying to steal lottery tickets. It's messed up, alright? And like I said, it'd probably be easy as all hell to get caught if you're stealing lottery tickets. But not only that, she also did wind up leaving her cell phone on the scene. It dropped out of her pocket during the stabbing session, I guess. Left her cell phone at the scene, so she was quite easily identified. And think about this, man. I want to think about her feelings and stuff, man. She went back to her suburb home that she has. And she did live in the suburbs for some reason. Can you imagine? She just imagine you're her, and you just stabbed someone completely heinously to death, and then you drove home with a sack full of lottery tickets, trying to scratch them all off. And I can understand that. I believe out of all the lottery tickets, she only won like $300, if I understand correctly. But she scratched them all off. That's really trying to win. But think about it, you're scratching them all off. That's really trying to win the lottery. And then you realize, hey, where's my cell phone? What the heck? I think I dropped my cell phone. Oh dear. Where did I see it last? Was it right before the murder? Oh no, I think I dropped my cell phone. So you can imagine, right there, she had to know the jig is up. You had dropped your cell phone while you were murdering that fella. Alright, so you're caught. She already knew that and stuff, man. But that's another tip. I mean, if I had to give out robbery tips, this seems like everybody should know this. If you're going into a situation, it's quite potentially that you're going to have to kill somebody. If you're going to do that, for lottery tickets, do not bring your cell phone. Ain't no need for your cell phone. I mean, like, you were doing it by yourself, it seemed like. Who are you going to call and stuff? And the thing is, if you had a partner and stuff and needed to coordinate and stuff, you gonna bring a cell phone for real?